Hey, Queen. I have a little bit of an unusual episode for you today. I hope that you are just loving the new energy of this new year. This is something that I actually recorded from my iPhone in the car at the tail end of December 2020. So I hope that you enjoy. I hope that you just really grasp the preciousness of life today. And here's a very personal inside sneak into what was going on for me in December.
Look for the good, look for the opportunities, look for God's messages, look for the lessons and move on. Look for the dazzle and the wonderment of life today. And that's going to change everything for all of us. You've gotten great at divine working, but what about divine living? Welcome to the Divine Living Podcast. I'm your host, Gina DeVee. You're not alone in wanting more. And here at the Divine Living Podcast, you can expect to be part of conversations from women like us who unapologetically dream big and are obsessed with manifesting our most fabulous lives. The conversation starts now. Hey, Queen. What's up? I am sitting in the emergency room parking lot, and it is 5:05 a.m. Glenn woke me up less than an hour ago and said he wasn't feeling well and that I needed to take him to the emergency room. And I didn't exactly freak, but I was certainly concerned. And, I just assumed this was nothing between me and you. He can be a little bit of a baby about anything about his health. And meanwhile, he has the worst bedside manner. So if there's anything going on with his body, it's like, stop the presses. But he's never asked me in 16 years to take him to the emergency room, and he's never been there. So, I was just staying calm, and I got him there. And because of everything with COVID, I go in with my mask and everything, and they're like, you have to wait in the car. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what families have been through, not being able to be with their loved ones. And so I just started praying, and, and then the mind wanders, and I'm sitting here at dark skies, and, you just don't know these days, or I guess any day, but maybe we're more conscious to it now. And, anyways, my mind started reeling, and it just started reeling about like how much I love him and what's actually important. This is the day that we're also supposed to leave for the vacation of our dreams. So oftentimes we've been very blessed to be able to travel and have a lot of fun. And it's always been, or mostly been work related with fun mixed in. This was like, oh my gosh, we've worked all year for this vacation. And it's like, wow, some people work their whole lives for retirement, and got to reevaluate that one, Gina. And then my mind just started reeling, what if, and a friend of ours had recently passed away, not from COVID, unexpectedly. And then I was talking to someone yesterday about all the people that she knew that had COVID. And I don't know anybody, barely know one person. And anyways, my mind started just reeling and spinning and reeling. And then I started thinking about just natter. If it went from what's actually really important in life to I've had some clients just show up so poorly lately, and just, noticing how I let that distract me and go low vibe and spin on that. And I was like, Gina, get your head straight. And then the phone rang, and it was the emergency room, and they needed Glenn's insurance card. So I drove home, and I just started thinking, is he going to be okay? Is this it? Is this what's happening? And then I couldn't take it. So I just had to ask my intuition, and I heard he's going to be fine. And I was like, yes, he's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. But I hadn't believed it yet. And I was still kind of holding on, barely, still afraid. So I go into the house, get the insurance card, kind of delirious, grab a cup of coffee, figure I'm going to be sitting in a parking lot for a while. And I just prayed. I said, like, God, tell me what's happening here. Like, what's this about? Like, is this a wake up call? Does he about him taking better care of his health? What's happening here? And I get back into the car, turn the car on, and out of nowhere, the Bee Gees, staying alive, staying alive is playing. And I was like, oh my gosh, God, you have such a sense of humor and are so loving. And, I've just really been upping my communication with God lately. And, we just forget that He's always with us and that we're always supported and we always can be in communication. So I just wanted to share this note that if you're taking anything for granted in life, like I was, let's wake up. Like literally, let's wake up to what's actually important. If you're working all the time and like living for a vacation, let's wake up and remember that we can design our lives on a daily basis. If you've gotten stuck in any of the fear-based stuff that we all can get tripped up in, like comparisonitis or lack thoughts or limited thoughts or any of it, let's wake up. And there was one more I was going to share. I guess the coffee hasn't kicked in yet. Oh, if you've gotten distracted on the natter and are spinning out on completely what's not important, let's wake up and I know it sounds so cliche, but let's take every single day as the gift that it is and love the people in our lives like more deeply and hold them so closely and just like live life better, I guess. I'm talking to myself here too, like to play more and love more deeply and design more deeply and set more boundaries so that you're not involved in whatever you don't desire to be involved in. And, that doesn't come easy, by the way. I set some boundaries with some clients literally like yesterday. And I was like, hey, everyone, for those of you who, have questions about billing or contracts or scheduling or whatever, please email my team. And this was even like high-end clients who have Voxer access to me. And then literally a couple hours later was asking me a scheduling question. And nobody wants to have to go back and be like, hey, did you, not get the memo? Because I know she did and have to reestablish boundaries. And yes is the answer. Set your boundaries, say your boundaries, speak your boundaries. I don't want to be involved in scheduling conversations. I'm not available for that. And, the old me would have just answered the question because it would have been easier. I thought it would have been nicer, be more polite. And it's like, I don't know. Polite is overrated, ladies. Like we got to be more honest and more authentic and more true and more real and more unapologetic and just more ourselves. And understandably, not everyone's going to like that. And we don't like who we are and what we're doing when we say yes, when it's actually a no for us. So I don't know about you, but I'm going to be way more brave starting now and way more bold. And I don't know, maybe I'll be way less liked and maybe I'll be way more me. And usually when you're way more you, and not that this is why you do it, but it's like, there's just a real power and attraction there. So much more yes to what the real yes is, and so much more no to what the no is. And let's make so much more room for God in our lives, like the playfulness, the sense of humor, the miraculous, the epic, the legendary, the opportunities, like that is what I just desire to become so available for. Joel Osteen is a real kick for me. The dude is like just Teflon. right? Like he really doesn't, I mean, of course he's human and I don't know him. So everything I'm saying about him, I'm making up right now. But as I listen to his podcast and read his books, I really get, he does not let the negative in. He doesn't let people have access to him that drag him down, and he just moves on. And then hearing all the miracle stories that must get to him, I don't know whether he's in conversation or letters or emails or however it happens, but like attracts like. And he's always talking about miracles and like the incredible, awesome stories from big to small. I mean, this might not seem like a big deal to anyone else, or it might have just been cute. But when I got back in the car and the song Staying Alive was playing, like my heart was at peace. I 1,000% knew it was a message from God. And I felt different from the 15 seconds earlier from when I had walked in the house, from when I walked out of the house. And when we're looking for good, and when we're looking for opportunities, and when we're looking for messages from God, we get that communication. Last night Glenn and I were sitting outside by the fire, and I had just finished this day there was a ton of great stuff about the day. And I had been wrapping Christmas presents and excited to be in holiday vibe. And then there was just this natter that I was just like, why are people behaving this way? And I actually, this is a cool thing to share. So Glenn just didn't want to hear it because he's also pretty great about like not having anything negative around him. And I was just like, wah, wah. And he's like, do we really need to talk about this anymore, Gina? And I was like, I got to get the lesson. I got to get the blessing. I got to get I'm thrilled this is happening because, and then I got it. And I was like, why? Because like part of me just wanted to like, just push it away. Just be like, I am not dealing. It's it's the end of the year, and it's the end of the program, and it's the end of all this natter. But I knew it was like, it's not even about these people. Like Spirit's bigger than that and just sends the angel messengers. Remember, people, you will never learn the most from your favorite clients. And so I'm like, all right, well, what's the learning here? I got to get it so it'll go away. And then I just kept going. I'm thrilled this happened because I'm thrilled this happened because, and then I got it. And I got how overly and unnecessarily available I have been, even to high-end clients. And in the past, I've just been so willing to please and so available to help and so interested in doing anything for someone's transformation, and just had this feeling that I had to like always respond and always be there. And then I got, even though I just like expected a mutual respect and a mutual like emotional maturity and that kind of thing. And my lesson was to, I don't know if be more fierce is the right way to say it. There is an element in that for me. It was really to set cleaner, clearer, bolder boundaries. And I should have set this boundary from the beginning that I'm here to coach. Don't bring any billing or contract or schedule questions or any of that. Like I could have set that boundary up. And so, but I didn't, because I just wasn't as conscious to it. I mean, we sort of have that rule of thumb in our company, but I've never been actually unavailable to answer the question. And I guess I had to develop that within me. And this opportunity, shall we say, came to me not to ruin my day or end of year, any of it, to give me the gift of setting the boundary and being free from it then. Like just being free. Even like just a simple neutral scheduling question I'm not interested in, let alone when there's natter around it. So all of this to say that anyways, here's where I'm just going with it. So I got the lesson, and I just kind of like leaned back in the chair and saw the fire, kind of glazing, and it was dusk and the sun hadn't gone down yet. And I look up in the sky and I put on my Insta stories. There was this kind of bright pink cloud formation, literally in the form of angel wings. And I just knew it was God's love that was larger than life for me. And it was coming my way. And it was just like, it wrapped me up in these angel wings. And it was like physically, I felt it. And it was amazing. And so the point I'm making is look for the good, look for the opportunities, look for God's messages, look for the lessons and move on. Look for the dazzle and the wonderment of life today. And that's going to change everything for all of us. And you're going to see like attracts like. And, just like Joel Osteen, you're going to be attracting miracle after miracle. And then you're going to be getting miracle messages after miracle messages and opportunities and the right clients to work with who appreciate you and are respectful and, are really lit up about whatever it is that they're working with you on. And we get to create an even greater existence. And I look at today at how much transformation from the early years in business to where I'm at today, and how much transformation gets to come. I remember my early years when I didn't have any money for Christmas presents. And then I found myself yesterday when I was wrapping these presents. My brother has a blended family and there's 7 children. And then there's like 3 family members who have birthdays in the month of December also. And I was just like wrapping and wrapping and wrapping. It looked like Nordstrom's in my office. Like it was like a store of presents. And I found myself almost being annoyed, like it was like a thing to do. And then I caught myself and I was like, no, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I have the abundance to buy these presents. And I'm so grateful that I have these family members and that everybody is alive and well. And I'm so grateful for how far we've come. I remember the first year that Glenn and I celebrated Christmas together. I didn't have much money, hardly any, neither did he. And I bought an ornament, and it was a globe ornament. And I wrote on the card, "One day we'll travel the world together, baby." And just to see how much of the world we have traveled and how much transformation. And there's an element here that from where I sit today, where like on one level, we've kind of arrived, right? I've done the things and made the money, filled the programs, built the team, built the company, traveled the world, bought the homes, and now it would almost be easy to think like well, this is it, but not for me, because I'm really clear that if there's that amount of transformation that could happen when I was so new and naive and new to business, naive in my thinking, much younger spiritually, much more damaged emotionally, and of all the transformation that has gone on over the last 15, 16 years, God willing, how much more could happen in the next 15, 16 years on all the levels as well, spiritually, emotionally, financially, impact-wise, lifestyle-wise. That's where my focus is going to be today, on enjoying this day, enjoying my man, enjoying my own body and health, enjoying my life, and opening up to all of the next level, seeking God in every corner, being available for the angel wings and the staying alive messages and so much more. And so together, Queen, I want you to take a look around and, DM me or screenshot this episode and let me know what messages God is sending your way of hope or healing or encouragement or clarity or whatever it was you needed in that moment. Maybe somebody sent you a text just telling you how much they appreciated you. Or maybe it's your role to send someone a text and tell them how much you appreciate them, because maybe you're meant to be that angel messenger. So if you are, maybe send this message or this podcast to someone who could use some hope or upliftment or encouragement today. And just know that Today is a gift, and you are a gift, and so much good is coming your way. So let's close with a prayer. Dear God, we thank you. We thank you for your love, which is truth. And we surrender and turn over any and all the fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. It is not true. And we ask that you continue to guide us as we change our automatic default modes from anger or fear or lack or worry or anxiety or frustration to thankfulness and gratitude and hope and peace and positivity and excitement. There's so much for us to be excited about. There's so much joy for us to dance in. There's so much healing that we get to create. And there's so much wonderment that we get to experience with you. So thank you. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for being our creator. Thank you for being source. And thank you for those of us who are listening, that you have kept us alive, not just physically, but spiritually and emotionally. God bless everyone. I'll keep you posted.
All right. I hope that message served you greatly. And I got a quick question for you. If there is anything that you are struggling with, you might not feel it right now because you're so flying high from this amazing episode. If you are struggling with comparisonitis or fear or worry or lack or any of it, thinking that other people, everything they touch turns to gold, or they've got something that you don't, or if you're going to get successful, you're going to have to work really, really, really too hard, I am here to help you obliterate all of those thoughts. And you are invited to my Doing Business Like a Queen challenge. Because, Queen, the more we incorporate femininity, the more we incorporate true spirituality, the more we retrain our brains and our thinking that we can't be anything but powerful, anything but glorious, anything but abundant, and do anything but manifest our biggest dreams and then some, then we have gotten off track, because everything I just spoke is truth, and you deserve to live by the truth. And I'm going to be speaking truth for 5 full days. It's completely free, my Doing Business Like a Queen challenge. So you can go to divineliving.com/like a queen and come join us. You can share this link with your community, your friends, any woman who has a career and is interested in doing business like a queen, because queens are confident. Queens have a strong self-worth. Queens have a spiritual connection that doesn't have them wobble all over the place. And we don't have to live in fear any longer or put ourselves on the back burner any longer, because that's not what you came here for. And it's not even scriptural. So we're going to get ourselves on track. So get yourself registered, divineliving.com/like a queen. You are going to be so glad you did. All the details are there on that page. Get yourself in, get your friends in, and I'll be seeing you for 5 full days in all of your glory. All right, Queen, did you love this episode and know someone who would love it too? I would love for you to leave a review on iTunes and share this podcast over Instagram. Tag me at Gina DeVee. And thank you for Queens supporting Queens and for your continued support.